It will turn the Frenchman over, but not necessarily into a hold down. So a bit of a neck wrench there. And some competitors from the other mat whizzing across as well. Another bronze medal fight going on the other mat in this under 90 kilo category. So no score on the clock yet. 2 minutes gone of this 5-minute bronze medal fight. Frenchman we've seen with that stomach throw, the side run. Perhaps he'll open up with that again. Maciasek very strong and fit. Got an awkward grip, and there's a left shoulder throw attempt by de Montfaucon. Comes to nothing now, looking for the groundwork again, but they go off over the edge. Brings the proceedings there to a halt. It's about halfway mark now, exactly, and still no score on the clock. New ruling now, if there's no score at the end of regulation time, they'll go into overtime when it's any score will win. Either a penalty against one or the other, or a positive score. It's extra time that they go into for the golden score is 4 minutes, so it lengthens the contest considerably. Both fairly cautious, these fighters. It's a grueling, mauling sort of fight so far. One or two clean attempts by the Frenchman. We've seen the left shoulder throw, we've seen the stomach throw, and there's a right-sided shoulder throw, but blocked off by the pole. And this time the Frenchman going underneath as the pole looks for arm lock opportunities. Tidy up there and then back into the action. Both fighters attacking well, neither of them close to any passivity warnings, which of course counts against. Pole trying to come over with that right hand, trying to dominate, but de Montfaucon in the white there is denying him that grip. So the Pole not really able to, now tries a leg grab there and almost spins the Frenchman over. And they're wrapping his arm around the waist again. Looks like this man's done some Olympic wrestling as well. So, extremely even. Maciasek looking a little bit tired perhaps. This is perhaps where the experience of the Frenchman will start to tell. Used to these competitions, fought to the bitter end. That's where concentration is going to be held through. There's that left-sided shoulder throw attempt again from de Montfaucon. More upright of the two. Slightly more scoring opportunities from a straighter position. And threatening with that shoulder throw again. Now the referee possibly going to penalise the Pole here for passivity. De Montfaucon doing most of the attacking there. Now you see that left Seoi couldn't quite turn him. He locked his shoulder in, but Maciasek blocked it all the way, landed on his face, for which no score. So one passivity against that puts de Montfaucon in the white there, 3 points ahead. And not too much time left now, coming up for half a minute on the clock. And Frenchman still willing to mix it, some leg sweeps, Kouchigari attacks there. Got to watch he himself doesn't get penalised for passivity. It's not a time to rest on his laurels. Tries the stomach throw again, we saw that one earlier, but the Pole spins out of it, cartwheels out of it very nicely. And more cross-gripping from de Montfaucon. And some leg attacks, tries another right-sided shoulder throw this time. Quite a range of techniques from the Frenchman, both left and right-sided attacks, which is fairly rare. 9 seconds of the match, and that's it. Frédéric de Montfaucon of France takes the bronze medal in the under 90 kilo category. And the other bronze went to the Estonian Budolin. So Budolin of Estonia gets the bronze along with Dimon Bokon. 2 bronzes awarded in judo. So a hard-fought match there by both fighters, both supremely fit, and more or less kept going right to the end. It was only in the dying seconds that the pole got penalised for passivity, and that's really all there was in it. So there we see the pole trying to come over the top with his right hand. At the same time, Dimon Bokon drops underneath, 1 foot on the stomach, tries to bring up 2 feet onto the stomach to spin the pole over. Pole cartwheels out of it rather nicely. And coming up is our next bronze medal fight. It's in the women's under 63 kilo category. You see the officials coming out, ready to take their places, and it's between Sarah Alvarez of Spain and Iliana Scapin of Italy. Both of these 2 seasoned competitors. Alvarez in the white. Sorry, correction. Spanish girl in the blue. And Scapin in the white. The Italian girl was second in Europe in '99, third in the Worlds in '99, third in Europe last year, and placed third in the Olympics. Bronze medal in Sydney last year. So a long record of medal places in top-class competition. Sarah Alvarez of Spain, third in Europe last year, third in the Worlds in '99, third in Europe, '99 as well. Placed third in the Worlds in '97, so quite an even match on paper anyway between these 2. The Spanish girl there comes in on the left, tries an Uchimata, gets blocked off by the Italian. Cautious gripping on to start with. There's almost spilled over by Scapin there with that leg sweep, ankle sweep on the outside. Now trying to look for those groundwork turnover moves. Over 1 minute gone. It's 4 minutes. Bronze medal fight. Absolutely nothing in it. It's a very tough gripping and leg sweep attacks at the same time. As the grips are taken, the grips are broken, as you can see there. Grips are snatched off pretty quickly. And there's some deep left-sided attacks. There's that left Uchimata again from the Spanish Sarah Alvarez. Absolutely nothing in it at present. Just seen those Uchimata attacks from Alvarez, but not too much from Scapin. She's just mixing it well. Both fighters putting in the attack, so far no danger of passivity warnings at all. Deep sided gripping there from Alvarez. Scapin hanging on. Tying it up again. It's very tough grip fighting. It's very common for the jacket to be pulled out. It's not fixed in any other way other than under a tight belt, and it's not always a tight belt. So there's Scapin tries leg sweep. Koyashi on the outside there. Now comes across, sticks her leg across, and that's scored by the referee. Well, he put his hand up for a nippon. Didn't think it was a nippon myself, but the corner judges. So Scapin wins that one, and you can see the bewilderment on their fans or on the coach's side. So Scapin of Italy takes the bronze medal there for that very light, if I may say so, rollover on the edge against Sarah Alvarez of Spain. Let's watch it. Throws the leg across, and it looks like Alvarez just rolls across her buttocks. Hardly an ippon move. Look at that, on the buttocks, back doesn't even touch. So, but the referees upheld it, and the judges. But stay with us, we'll be back very shortly after the break. It's the bronze medal fight for the under 81 kilo category men. It's between Oscar Fernandez of Spain and Valentin Knobloch of Germany. Both of these are relatively new to this level of competition. Knobloch was junior European champion previously. We have nothing on Fernandez. Oscar Fernandez, that is, common name in this championship. There's already 3 fighting today, Fernandez's. So Knobloch there. Not Knobloch, sorry, Fernandez there, drops underneath. But Knobloch in the white, judo-gi, where there's that attack. 21 years old, it's young German. It's future potential. Some sweeps there, and there's a high pickup from Fernandez. So Fernandez of Spain looking the stronger of the two here. Slightly more mature physique by the look of it. And we've seen the Uchimata attempt from Knobloch, but slightly light, didn't really rock Fernandez there. Seems to be his major technique. Left-sided high grip from the German, kicking through with his left leg. And to be looking, there's a high Katagaruma, look at that throw, well that was amazing. Knobloch spun out of that and landed on his face. The referee's given it a Yuko, 5 points. Well, Knobloch went really high on that one, but he managed to spin out at the end and land on his face. So that's a 5-point score given to Fernandez for that. Certainly a high throw. Knobloch surprisingly survived that one. You can see him trying to set the Spaniard up there for the Uchimata, but Fernandez is blocking it fairly successfully. That's the inside leg lift from the German. Spins rounds, turns his back to his opponent, tries to lift him high in between the legs, one of his own legs. There's that high grip again. That's the setting up move for his attempt at the throw, but we've seen that Fernandez is rather good at coming in low, coming in underneath and lifting the opponent high. So he's obviously got power in the lift, and he's got to watch, Knobloch's obviously got to watch that he doesn't place himself too close. Now there's that lift, look at that, right up in the air and spins up, and look at the end of that. Knobloch just about manages to get over onto one side of his body. I think it must have shaken the young German up a little bit, that one. Certainly taking his time, tying his belt up. And there's a gripping penalty there against Fernandez, so that puts levels the scores up a little bit. Still 5-3 in favour of the Spaniard. It's close enough, 3 minutes to go of this 5-minute bronze medal fight. Still a German looking for that Uchimata. As soon as he gets his grips, he starts to set it up. And Fernandez not allowing him to settle in for that move there, trying to lock his leg round under the armpit on the ground of the German, looking for a turnover into a hold or a strangle arm lock move. Coming up to the halfway stage of this match, and Fernandez of Spain in the lead with 5 points against Knobloch of Germany. And they look to me like a backlash of heads there. See a slight mark on the cheek of Valentin Knobloch. think I see the two heads come together. Let's just watch the slow motion. Yeah, you can see that head going in. Looked to me like an accident. Don't think it was a headbutt. Although I have seen some very deliberate headbutts in judo. So left-sided grip again from Knobloch. Trying to pull away, trying to give himself some space in order to turn in. Koichi, there's that turn in again. Getting marginally closer each time to it, but he is exposing himself to Fernandez's counter-attacks. Fernandez coming over, and there. Fernandez throws his legs over. He almost had the arm lock on there. It looked to me like the German was getting ready to tap, but he lifted Fernandez clear of the ground, and then in that situation the referee must break the fight. The arm lock stops at that point. Certainly Knobloch's arms were being stretched to the limit there. There's another low trouser leg grab, but Knobloch pulling well away from that, preventing any kind of lift from Fernandez. Fernandez still in the lead, 5-3. So as German, I think, needs to add a bit more to his repertoire. He's going to survive at this level. There's the stomach throw attempt from Fernandez. So Knobloch, now look at this arm lock. This is interesting. Look, you see, look at him. Knobloch is getting ready to tap. You can see that on his face. But just at the moment he's getting ready to tap, the referee calls break, and at that moment Fernandez is well clear of the ground, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. But it's a tricky moment in judo. You've got to protect your arm, whether it's technically out of play or not. Pretty loose knot there in that tidy up operation. The Spaniard. So there's another attempt to the lift. Fernandez coming in low, looking for that high lift again. Knobloch looking for the Uchimata. Now that's getting closer and closer, indeed. No score though, but certainly getting closer each time. And some pain being showed there by Fernandez. Looks to me like he just banged his toe. Doesn't look that serious, but let's see what happens there. Well, that's the lift we saw earlier. That wasn't the one that caused the aggravation on his foot. Certainly spectacular. Now let's look at this foot of Fernandez's. Is he putting on an act, or is he not? Certainly causing him some pain. Now the judging team seems to have decided it's not too much of a problem. And back to the fight. 1.5 minutes, just under, to go. There's a lengthy leg grab. Well, you're not allowed to hang on to the leg that long. He's inviting a penalty for that. Because the leg grab that leads to a knockdown has to be instantaneous. The leg grab that leads to a lift is allowed a little bit more time. So a 5-point decision there between the two. And then exchange of kicks to each other's legs. And a right-sided turn through by Fernandez. But grip's not really sufficiently in place in order to clinch it. Last minute to go. Still Fernandez of Spain, 5 points in the lead against Knobloch's 3 points. Still very close. Single score here. Another passivity warning could, or another penalty warning could level it up. Both fighters making a good fist of this match. Neither looking to rest. Determined to attack. There's another lift attempt. Turns into a bit of a mess at the end as they go to the edge. So both fighters getting knocked around a bit now in this ding-dong match. I don't think that one was particularly serious. And the referee telling both of them to get on with it. Let's see what the refereeing team have to say about that. Just talking about medical intervention there. So there's the kicks, you see, to the thigh of the German. Well, not the thigh, sorry, the calf, the inside calf of the German. That's what caused him to sit on the edge and rub his legs. Sensitive area. And more of same from the German, back on the Spaniard, and more lift attempts from Fernandez. So we've seen the pattern of this fight now many times. Very little time left now. Well, you can see how fit these guys are. See the stomach muscles on that Spaniard, Fernandez there. A little fat on that physique. And both of them piling on the pressure. There's dive down and a leg grab from Fernandez. 11 seconds to go. 5-3 in favour of the Spaniard. Still, the German, there's another Uchimata attempt, gets squashed. And well, what was that? That looked to me like could have been a score for Knobloch, or was it out of time? Well, it was off the ground, so the referee hasn't scored that one. And Knobloch trying hard, looking for that last dying seconds run, and there's a big leg grapevine there and a lift. Particular favourite of one of the old Soviet fighters some years ago. His name escapes me for a minute. Very strong technique, but it was out of time. So that's it. Fernandez, Oscar Fernandez of Spain, gets the bronze medal. The other bronze in this category, the under 81 kilo category, went to Uznadze of Turkey. Uznadze, not a very Turkish name, but apparently he's from Georgia, but now fights for Turkey. And the referee awards the bronze to Oscar Fernandez. Well, a hard-fought match, that one. Few injuries all around, and very close difference between the two fighters up to the end. So, without we'll see these two fighters in future events. Now look at that high lift there. Now that really was spectacular. That very nearly finished it off very completely. So stay with us. We're going to be back very shortly with more judo after the break. Championships, and to our next bronze medal fight is in the women's under 57 kilo category, and it's between Pernilla Andersson of Sweden and Barbara Harel of France. Harel of France placed 7th in the Sydney Olympics. Andersson of Sweden placed 5th in the Worlds in '99, 2nd in Europe last year. So fairly even between these two. And as the judges take their corner seats, we get into the match. Swedish girl in the blue suit, Barbara Harel of France, and that's an opening attack there from Harel. That looks to me like a score. Yes, that's scored was Ari for that one. So opening high score there, 7-point score for Harel. Coming through on the left for the Uchimata against Andersson. Right off over the side. So big support here for the French girl, as indeed for all French players. And the left leg goes across front of the Swede. Couldn't quite finish it off, but Harel certainly at this early stage of the match looking stronger of the two. A bit of a bang there from the grip fight in Andersson's face by the look of it. So it's a big lead that Harel has got. And there's a leg grab, and there's a Tani Otoshi. Leg grab into a Tani Otoshi. Well, that was a quick one. So that's Harel of France clinches that bronze medal with that very decisive leg grab into that drop with the leg behind the Tani Otoshi. So absolutely no doubt about that one. So bronze to Barbara Harel of France. The other bronze in this category went to Capozzotti of Italy. Well, that was a nicely fought match. Got a nice little move at the end. She goes for the leg. And Anderson looks though she's thinks she's avoided it, but then that deep lunge with the left leg by Harrell clinches that, takes the other leg, goes right the way around the back, just clips the ankle of the girl Anderson on the other side and drops her full square on her back. So that really was an ippon, no doubt about that one. Because nowadays with action replay we can see what these techniques are like. Sometimes the judges are a little bit optimistic or generous, I should say, in their scoring. Now here we see Cavazuti against the Czech girl. This is the other bronze against Vernarova. Just a brief clip. So Vernarova of Czech Republic, and she's fighting Cavazuti of Italy in the white suit. And no score on the clock yet, pretty evens. The Czech girl is ahead. Vernarova there has got one 3-point score for a penalty given against Cavazuti. Quite the atmosphere of the French-Swedish match. Home crowd not quite so involved, obviously, in this one. There's a leg grab and very similar attack to the one we just seen with Harrell. Leg grab into a Tani Otoshi. And that's a score for the Czech there. So Cavazuti there in the lead. One 5-point score. Quite the